Radhe. We are reading Shri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, verse 120. O Shri Radhike, I remember your beautiful face, full of the joy of loving arts. Fearfully but eagerly, looking at the great king of ravishers, with loving, playful anger, and making sweet rebukes with your beautiful bimba cherry-like lips, and the sweet movements of your eyebrows. O Shri Radhike, I remember your beautiful face, full of the joy of loving arts. Fearfully but eagerly, looking at the great king of ravishers, with loving, playful anger, and making sweet rebukes with your beautiful bimba cherry-like lips, and the sweet movements of your eyebrows. The name of the commentary is Shri Radha's Kila Kinchita.
One is a Prem Chetri and one is a Kila Kinchita Bhava.
Shripada experienced a succession of one divine vision after the other, in which he attains the amazing relish of the sweetness of the beloved deity's qualities and pastimes. His mind is nowhere else but with Radha Rani. It is as if Srimati is nestled within his heart. In Srimad Bhagavat, it is seen that Shri Krishna enters into the heart of whoever hears topics of him through the path of his ears. In Srimad Bhagavat, it is seen that Shri Krishna enters into the heart of whoever hears topics of him through the path of his ears and destroys the pollution of lusty desires there. So he, Shri Krishna, can make his own seat there. Shri Radharani is even more merciful. She says, "Whoever speaks of me is according to my liking. I said this sitting here in Vrindavana. The spotless experiences of the Mahajanas provide the light of hope to the sadhakas. Their Mahavani, or great divine words, infused by the rasa of their divine insights, infuse hope in the hearts of the weak sadhakas, gradually pulling their minds into the kingdom of divine experiences. When Shripada's divine vision ceases, he weeps. When will you bestow the amazing flavor of your service? As he looks on, a divine vision came to him. He attained the divine vision of the dana pastime of Shri Radha Mohana, in which they achieve the wonderful relish of the sweetness of each other's forms, attributes and pastimes, as they lovingly quarrel. This dana pastime of the divine couple is full of luscious humor. After composing the drama Lalita Madhava, which is filled with the rasa of separation, Srimad Rupa Goswami Pad gave it to Srimad Raghunath Das Goswami Pad to read. Reading this book, Sri Raghunath Das fell into an ocean of great love and separation. Sometimes madly keeping the jewel-like booklet to his chest, soaking the surface of the earth, with a stream of his tears, and sometimes exclaiming, Ha Radhe, Ha Praneshwari, while falling in a swoon. It was doubted if the life of Sripada, who embodied love in separation, could be saved after he read this Lalita Madhava, which is filled with great Vipralamba Rasa. When Sripad Rupa Goswami Charana heard of such madness of ecstatic love of Srila Raghunath, he composed the Dana Keli Kaumudi, a drama full of the mellows of humor, and gave it to Sripadasa Goswami to read. Taking the Lalita Madhava away from him on the pretext of having to edit it further. The rasa of the Dana Lila consoled Sripad Raghunath, and he composed a jewel-like booklet named Dana Keli Chintamani, which is filled with the matchless sweetness of love in union. In it, Sripada narrated that at the request of Vasudev Mahashaya, the rishis at Mount Govardhan started a sacrifice, and anyone who donated ghee to that sacrifice would surely get his desires fulfilled. Hearing this from her parrot, Shukshamadhi, Shirada became very eager to donate ghee to the sacrifice. The gopis finished their ritual worship of the sun god with pure hearts and set out from Radhakund, dressing themselves with different garments and ornaments, lovingly putting golden pots with fresh ghee on their heads, and remembering Krishna, the moon of Raja, in their sky-like hearts that were filled with desire. The forest paths are illuminated by their bodily luster. As they move along, their eyes are wandering around, looking out for the Lord of their lives. Kodhaya Prananath. The luster of their eyes permeates all directions. On the pretext of donating ghee, we will gratify Krishna. That is their heart's desires. The maidservant sticks to Shrimati like her shadow. Sri Radha is swiftly coming this way with her girlfriends. Hearing this message from a parrot, Gopendra Nandana smiled sweetly, climbed on the top of Govardhana hill with his friends like Subal and Madhu Mangal at the high spot known as Shyama Vedi, and he set up a matchless tall station there. Tunga Vidya shows Shri Radharani from afar. Radhe, look, your dear friend, that woman thief, has mounted the top of Giriraj. They behold each other. Seeing Mohana's beauty, Shrimati is amazed and tells Vrinda, "O Vrinde, he has crossed the path of my eyes many times before, but I have never seen him in this unprecedentedly sweet way before. My eyes have never been able to drink even a drop of the nectarian beauty of even one of his limbs. How can they possibly relish the beauty of all of them?" When Sri Krishna beholds the sweetness of Sri Radha from afar, he becomes amazed and thinks, "Is this a blossoming wine of champaka flowers? No, because that does not move. Then is it a vine of lightning? No, because that is very fickle and disappears in the clouds again in a moment. Then is it a river of effulgence? No, because river has no form, and this being certainly has. Then I know for sure that it is Radha approaching me with her friends. How wonderful is Nagara's taxman dress! Our captivating taxman is accompanied by friends like Subal and Madhu Mangal. Having a flute in the hand, a smile on the face, and naughty glances in the eyes. He says, O milkmaids, pay me my tax. These proud girls on the road do not even hear his calls and move on, swaying their arms. Mohana Nagara contemplates each step that our Swamini takes. First, she speaks with her Sakis. Grave Swamini stays silent. Our taxman steps up to Swamini to touch her. The sweet Kila Kinchit emotions become manifest on Swamini's limbs. Relishing this sweetness, Mohana says, "O proud girl, you are always coming down this forest path, hiding the ghee, and so that you want to sell. O cheater, fortunately you fell into my hands today, so that I can safely bind you up and bring you before King Cupid, who will lovingly give me the jewels of your youth." How beautiful are Swamini's crooked eyebrows when she hears Mohana's words. They look like Cupid bow. How many hundreds of arrow-like glances they fire at him. With trembling, cherry-like lips, she says, "O shameless cheater, stay far away, don't touch me. Don't instruct a pure girl like me that is under a vow and that is going to a sacrificial arena. If our ghee is even touched by the breeze coming from your body, it is contaminated and no longer fit for this holy sacrifice." How beautiful is Swamini's face at that moment. How many hundreds of sweet feelings it manifests. Our taxman says, "This is the Dana Ghati. Here you have to pay tax on youthful beauty. The Sakis laugh and say, "Oh, is there a duty on youth nowadays?" The great king of Rasikas twitches his eyes and says, "At this toll station, you must pay that." Swamini's face is reddened by loving anger. How lovely is her face. When Rasika Moli, Krishna, the crown jewel of connoisseurs, sees Swamini's anger, he beholds the beauty of her face with amused fear. Just as a rose, may be covered over by a thin sheet, Swamini covers her desires with external layers of anger and disregard. Her fragrance somehow expresses the luster of her face and body. The great king of radishers blocks the gopi's path. Pointing at Swamini, he tells the Sakis, "If you have no cash to pay your tax, then arrest her and keep her with me." The Sakis say, "That we cannot do." Swamini roars and says, "We are not your slave girls. We are not Chandravali, Padma or Shaibya that you can speak so freely to. Today I will tell the Queen of Raja, Jashoda, all about you." What a wonderful beauty her face has when she sweetly roars during this pastime of quarrel. Angrily, Srimati walks off with her Sakis. Mohana confronts them, though, and says, "How will you go away as long as I am here?" The Sakis laugh and say with apparent fear in their eyes, "Radhe, okay then, you stay here and we are going." How amazing is then the beauty of her face, which is filled with the joy of amorous artfulness. After the Sakis and Priya Narmasakas discreetly leave, the fortunate maid servant attains the sweet vision of the amorous meeting of the Yugala Kishore in a sweet kunja. When the divine vision comes to an end, Shripad humbly prays, if I cannot be so fortunate to get the direct vision of your sweet pastimes, then I pray that at least I can recollect the sweetness of this pastime. O Shri Radhe Vinodini, O crown jewel of all the Sakhis, when you are blissfully talking with your Sakhis, Vanamali, the king of Raja's relishers, comes and touches your beautiful limbs. How wonderful is the Kela Kinchitabhav that manifests in your eyes. Your wandering, beautiful eyebrows, your sweet, slight smile, the nectarian effulgence of your bimba cherry-like lips, and your sweet, enchanting shouting. In this love game, there is inner desire in your heart that externally acts in an angry way. When you look at your Rasika Nagara, there is anger, joy, and desire seen in your eyes. Your beautiful face is a joy-giving elixir of love arts and a jewel mine of all sweetness. Prabodhananda says, I always remember your beautiful face when I am in lonely places. Thus ends the verse 120.
Yeah. There are two verses. One is Prem by Chetri and one is Kila Kinchapuma. Prem by Chetri means varieties in love, different time of feelings come in love, that is Prem Vichan. That you have to read again and again. flower is adamant, like one nail you put and it's not moving, and all they are making the excuse and play. Feel acquainted. You fit to take tax. And they don't want to give tax. Krishna tax is not money. Krishna tax is only one kiss. This tax. Embracing is the tax. But very good. New design. This is Prem by Chitti. In garnet varieties of way to make. Ideas what coming, what new to do is Prem by Chitti.